Crime has slowed down since you started helping out, which is good for morale. Yep. Something just came in. Scuffle over at the Dawn's Roost. Security on site handled it, but now one of them is saying the other guy stole his wedding ring. Problem is, he left without identifying the perp, so I need you to talk to Royce Elgin at the Dawn's Roost. See if you can fill in the gaps. Thank you, Captain. Always appreciate it when you lend a... Let me know when the matter's resolved. See you later.
Hey, Dusty. If you're in. Everything checks out.
Hello, Captain. You'll be talking to the other side of my boot if you keep trying to strike up a conversation.
Bullshit. You didn't think we'd notice that you tried to slip away without paying your check?
I was just going out for some fresh air. I even told the bartender. You can ask her yourself.
Fresh air, huh? On a planet with no atmosphere.
That's enough, Stalker. Lower your weapon. We don't shoot guests over a misunderstanding. Sir, please return to your table. It's bad practice to leave our establishment without paying your bill first. If you need some fresh air, hey up, go outside and come back in and start a new check.
I'm sorry. I didn't think it would be a problem.
You were wrong. Dead wrong.
That's enough.
know, I don't water down the drinks like our last bartender. Hi, welcome to Red Mile. We've got clean rooms and neat drinks. Can I help you out with either of those? Or both? Ooh, what about both? Cool. What will you be having? Oh, I saw this guy get full-on eaten by one of the larger creatures we had out there one time. Just swallowed him up whole in one gulp. Clearly he was a goner. Not 5 minutes later, after the bets were called and everyone was settling up, the guy bursts out of the thing's stomach and goes on to finish the course. You can imagine that was an interesting night. Just don't imagine what that guy smelled like after, because... Aside from the restaurant and hotel services, we offer full-service starship maintenance and refueling. Just speak to our starport master, Lon Anderson. And don't mind him. He may be a lazy old fart, but when push comes to shove, he gets the job done. Enjoy yourself.
Yes?
Got a minute to chat?
I can't believe Donovan Reese is actually
Probably
here
not
in
out.
this bar.
But no guarantees.
Sorry, friend. I don't do autographs.
I keep thinking I should run the course someday, but after seeing some of the deaths firsthand.
You wouldn't last a minute in the Red Mile. Of course, I probably wouldn't either.
Nothing quite like the excitement of a run.
Kick back with a drink from the bar and enjoy yourself.
We certainly get a lot of interesting people in this place.
I hope you're enjoying your dinner.
If someone's got a death wish, why not make a few credits off it?
So you drive me all the way out to Red Mile. What the hell is all this junk I miss?
Chunks. A full assortment, fresh from the factory, nothing but the best.
So you want a clip to pick up the tab on, how many is it? 16, 17, 18 boxes of food.
No, this ain't food, man. This is survival. For deep space hops, this stuff never goes bad, and it's cheap.
At first I thought you were kidding, then I thought, nah, he's just taking the joke too far. Now I just think you're out of your damn mind.
stomach to bet if somebody survives the Red Mile, personally. To each their own.
Runners come and go, but the mile usually wins.
I'm a little short now, but I'll want it all back someday.
Can't wait for the next run. It's gonna be one to remember.
Word to the wise? Security here.
I hear May's always looking for new and returning runners for the Red Line.
I took this job so I could be here to see all the runners in person.
If you're hiring, I could really use the work.
Do you have room for one more on your crew? Astro Dynamics. Stick me aboard your ship, and I'll cut down on your grab jump calculation time and fuel usage.
Okay. Hello.
I don't get paid to be nice. I get paid to put down any vermin that tries to start something here.
Play by the house rules. You'll find yourself on the other side of an airlock without a helmet.
Mess around.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Like I'm gonna run off without paying. The hell kind of scum do they think I am?
Alrighty.
man. Gal. Thank
Hey, you might want this.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's got
Bring me. Have you retrieved my package yet? Ah, excellent. I see you've held up your end of the bargain. So, I'll do the same. Salina's Hardware is now open for business. I'll unlock the door for you. Feel free to come around and peruse my wares anytime. Don't mind me. Just a weary man. Stay out of trouble. It's a quaint shop, is it? Okay, then. I'm sure you will be pleased with my wares. Salina's Hardware is now open for business. Welcome to Salina's Hardware. Satisfaction is guaranteed. Thank you for retrieving that back. I'm sure I...
What?
Cool spacesuit.
Nice to meet you.
Nice. You have another story for me? I'm working on an investigative piece about some of the businesses in the well right now. Trying to get a handle on how things are in that part of the city. I'm not sure the story will get off the ground, though. I asked the higher-ups if I could go down there for some interviews, but they said it's too dangerous. They'd probably be all for it if David asked. Tell me about it. My career's never going to get off the ground at this rate. If you have a news story for me, I'm very happy to pay your fee. You certainly get around. I'm surprised that branch has any customers left, the number of times it's been held up. But I thought the Rangers had finally managed to get a handle on it. I heard there was a standoff. That true? I'd say I'm surprised, but this is my total lack of surprise face. What happened to the robbers? The Shaw gang? I can't say I blame him. Armed robbers don't deserve much mercy in my book. These things are often messy. Any customers or Galbank staff get hurt? That's really good news. Usually, well, it's a different kind of... You were there. You were involved in resolving it. Any comment on the Freestar Rangers? Having another high-profile robbery in their own backyard is a bit of a black eye. And there's my quote right there. Stories like this always fire up public outrage and appetite. Thanks for the interview. And take this. You talk and get paid. I spread the news. It's a classic win-win. I already interviewed an ex-pirate about the robbery, but she was as reliable as good coffee around here. So you were there when it went down? What were you doing there? Why do I get the feeling you're often in that situation? Tell me about this Captain Petrov. I've heard he's a bit of an eccentric. What was your impression of him? Charlatans and conmen need to be likable for their marks. No one seems to know exactly what was stolen, but everyone agrees it was valuable. Care to shed some light on it? I don't blame you. Last question. About, and I'm quoting, a zoo gone wild. The other source swore up and down that alien creatures got out of their cages and went on a rampage. Please, please, please tell me she was telling the truth. It's got to be some Aurora-induced hallucination. You mean besides the ratings? I just want to live in a galaxy where eccentric millionaires have out-of-control zoos. But, just give it to me straight. Zoo. Fact or fiction? Some days, it is worth it to get out of bed. I love it. This is just a plain old good story. Check the newsfeed for it later. And here's your payment. You have that look in your eye. Of course you are. So, Sistef finally? How were you involved? So an eyewitness account. Excellent. So, the Vigilants went toe-to-toe with everything the Crimson Fleet could throw at them. And somehow, almost miraculously, they captured the key. The key itself. I've confirmed that with many sources. Anything to add? Oh, so the standard happy to be part of the team boilerplate. I can type that quote in my sleep. You have to feel good about how everything turned out. Commander Ikande is being hailed a hero. And Sistef's popularity is at an all-time high. Your thoughts? That's a common refrain. He was respected before this, but now? And that's all I need. You really do lead an extraordinary life. And as a, well, possibly embarrassing personal note, thank God for you. My source is back. Really? To say you have my undivided attention is an understatement. A lot of people were there. The accounts we've got were chaotic. What was your role in that? Wait. I heard someone from Constellation was involved. That was you? Oh, this is great! Like, embarrassingly important award-winning great. The whole city is still on edge over the attack. We were fortunate, damn fortunate, that casualties were so low. What was it like in the thick of things? That makes what you did even more, well, amazing. It sounds like New Atlantis, heck, the whole UC, owes you a great debt. Any closing comments? I already have a good story here. That's a mouthful. A thankful you guys are around mouthful. Hey, Constellation? From all of us that live here, thanks. We use the word hero a lot in news, but you really are one.
Exploring the galaxy is hard work. Trust me, I know. Listen. Stop by sometime and let's talk. Just us adventurers, okay? I can't imagine how hard it was to be under all that pressure. A leader knows that protecting regular folk is not just a responsibility, but a privilege. And I'm proud to call you my captain. Modest, too. They're gonna make a statue out of you, or carve your face on a moon or something. What you did took nerves. Befriending Delgado like that, it was a huge risk. If he had gotten to you, convinced you to side with them, I don't know what we'd be dealing with right now. Good. He deserved what he got for what he did and for what he would have done. And if they regroup after all this, they'll be weaker next time. All thanks to you. That's a worry for another day, boss. That's the hope and the dream. But if they do, we'll deal with it. Simple as that. Hey, Dusty. If you're ever thinking to yourself, I could really listen to Barrett's dulcet voice right now. Then instead of dreaming about me, stop by and say hello, okay? Here, I got this for you. Of course, I was walking by it and I thought, hey, what the heck? Why not? Anyway, I figured you might have a use for it. My pleasure. If I see anything on our next expedition to a planet, then I'll hang on to it for you. I've been thinking a lot about my early days in Constellation lately. Got me pretty nostalgic, and I started digging in some old things. Just sort of reminiscing. I found some of Irvin's last messages to me and thought I'd listen to them again to hear his voice. Oh, sorry, I got ahead of myself there. Remember a bit ago we were talking about Constellation? I've just been thinking about it since. And Irvin, my husband, used to be in Constellation way back when. So my mind jumped to thinking about him. So I was listening to these old messages to hear his voice. It was surreal. So most of the messages were everyday things. Lots of excitedly written news about, but one thing stood out. In one of his messages, he mentioned this job that he took at a mine shortly before he died. He said something terrible was happening there, but the message was garbled after that. Just wait, listen. The point is that I found an encrypted message where one shouldn't be. Well, Vasco helped me decipher it. Turns out the message was from Irvin, and he was begging me to help him. The message was short, but his voice was pained. He was so upset. He said they were going to destroy his life if he didn't leave the planet now. Then he asked me to help clear his name. Said they had a case against him. Oh, he sounded... I know this is probably long done, but I heard his voice. I can't just not look into it. So in this message, Irvin said he was being framed. He said they'll do it again. He asked if Constellation could send more help. It is, but I was thinking about it and, well, it's still wrong. So I figured, hey, I can do some sort of a remote investigation here, see what I can find out. There's gotta be a paper trail, right? Now, I happen to have a trustworthy contact who knows a bit about law and owes me a favor. I'd need to pay in advance in case there are any access fees or bribes. That makes sense. Irvin was one of us, after all. You know, hearing Irvin's voice again made me want to help him, even though I know I can't. I appreciate that. It's going to be hard to get some sleep tonight after all this. Hopefully poking around in old records doesn't catch the attention of Hephaestus. Well, anyway, I'll let you know if my contact finds anything.